So that's my grumpy early morning review of this room. Good morning, everybody. I'm Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides. We're here at Phantasialand's Bing. Good morning, everybody. We are just waking up here at Phantasialand's Ling Bao Hotel. It's our second day here in the fun. We did have a great time in the park yesterday. That was unexpected. And before we check out today, I wanted to show you a little bit around the room here. As I usually try to do with my room and cabin tours nowadays, we've been staying here for a while, so I know a little bit about the room. I mean, 2 nights, and can tell you a little bit more about what it's like to, sleep here and be here. And I've got the door right behind me, so this is your impression when you first come in. There's a closet here. I like the colors, I like the design, and there's quite a bit of closet space. There's some pool towels up here. The pool is actually open, which I was surprised about. It's too dark to really show you in here, but there's plenty of space in there. No safe, however. I don't know if I've seen a safe here. Here is a shelf for a bag. You can put your shoes and stuff under there. A big mirror and a sleepy guy. Next to the bed, light switches to control several lights in the room. Here's an outlet, and there is also a USB plug up here in the corner. I've never seen one built quite like this before. You can look at here some of just the cool design details. Here's the bed. Like I said, it's not like made all fancy because we just kind of threw it back together when we got up this morning. There's a table, and this is on wheels, so you can sort of roll this around. And yeah, I mean, the theming is cool. The design, actually, that's a boring side of it. There's on 3 sides of it, it has like this sort of Asian flair. Can you open it or no? That's just a design element. Yeah. There are more outlets here, as well as some telephone data ports. I don't know what those are. Who knows what? Nobody uses those things anymore. Another USB connection here. In case you're watching this way in the future, it is June 2020, and because of certain things happening in the world right now, health issues, certain modifications have to be made. So certain things that would usually be here are not here right now, and I'm assuming that one of them is a water cooker or a coffee machine. Also, there's the usual info book that might be or that should be in here with information about the hotel and stuff like that isn't. We've just got this one simple sheet that they can easily clean and disinfect when we check out, and then we got a handout here when we checked in with information about the park and the hotel and things like that. So these are things that we will take with us. Also, 2 of these disinfection towels were here when we checked in, and these wine glasses, those are actually when we've gone to the restaurant at night, we've had wine and then sipped on the wine as we came back to our room. This is something that I think is really cool about the room, and there's something that I can't praise everything about this room, and I'll get to that in a second, but these bunk beds here for the little kids, or whoever you want to sleep there, I guess. This is a cool design element. I like the way that looks. It seems really, special. It's not necessarily part of a story, but just all together, I really like the color and the design. Let's go out and I'll show you our little balcony and our not so great view. We booked a standard room, so this was the least expensive room I could book. And this is our view of a rainy parking lot. And just over there is like the Autobahn. So it's loud. And yeah, we have a view of like this stairway and exit area. But let's go back inside. Let's look at the bathroom now. So that is the entrance door. These are the closets. And look, it's a Morgan approved bathroom door. And it appears that somebody had to break into the bathroom here. There's been some use of force here on this door. That's odd. Maybe some kid locked themselves inside. Here's the bathroom, and another time I can just say I really like the design, I like the colors, I like the thought put into it. However, it is kind of small when you consider that this room is actually for 2 adults and 2 kids. There's one sink, which is kind of low, so good for kids, and there's a little bit of space under here. There's a hair dryer and extra towels there. Is there anything in these drawers? No. Here's a crapper. Some more artwork. Here's the shower. Like I said, I mean, it looks very fancy, very high class. However, it's pretty cramped. It's small. You guys know I'm not a big person. I'm 5'5" or 165 centimeters, and I felt cramped in that shower. It's like, I've been on a lot of cruise ships and felt more comfortable in their showers than I did in this shower. I don't know if I'm just extra sensitive at the moment or whatever, but it's not a big shower. And be careful, because the water gets really hot really quickly, and when you turn this thing, you like pull it out and the water comes on, and then you turn it this way to make it hot and this way to make it cold. And because it's so cramped in there, it's really easy to hit that thing with your elbow, and if the water turns really hot all of a sudden, there's like no space to escape. You know what I mean? Just be careful about that. Oh, by the way, there is some shower gel provided here. And like I said, I don't know if maybe there's usually more, but when we check out today, they have to come in here and like literally wipe down and disinfect everything. All right, here's my 2 cents about staying here. First of all, the theming and the service of the entire resort is fantastic. And the rooftop Dragon Bar offers you some really amazing views over the park. The first night we were here, there was just a beautiful sunset, and you can see, the tracks of the roller coasters gleaming as the sun goes down. And it was just a cool experience. There's not a lot of outdoor seats up there, but they are there, and it was really cool. Also, the gardens and the pool area, great. We've eaten at the Bamboo restaurant twice, and with their modified menu at the moment, still really good. Fantastic food, great service, and what else can I say? And positive things, yeah. If you want to stay in a hotel and walk to Phantasialand and literally be able to wake up and go out your door and be in the park, come back and get something during the day, or maybe take a nap and then go back without having to get in your car, then these 2 hotels are basically your only option, Ling Bao and Matamba. And I know that Ling Bao is a little bit more expensive than Matamba, and I've stayed in both, albeit both of my previous stays quite a while ago. But from what I remember, the room in Matamba was much bigger than this room, and it cost less. That's the first thing I want to mention about this room, is it feels cramped. When I consider that this is actually a room for 4 people, cramped. I guess when you think about it, Phantasialand isn't a destination that people come to and stay for a week. Most people are going to be staying here maybe 2-3 nights, probably tops. So that's okay. But there's no place to sit down. There's literally no place to sit down. You can pull out that thing under the, this treasure chest or whatever under there, but it's not at a comfortable height to sit down on, and it's on wheels, so it's constantly like rolling away. So yeah, I mean, we're two grown men and we're like sitting down on the floor to put on our shoes, which is, I don't know, feels weird. And you know, if they offer room service, then I feel like there should be, I don't know, there just needs to be like a table and 2 chairs or something in here. The balcony is too small. You definitely couldn't sit out there and have your room service. And it's not, yeah, I mean, of course, this is not a business hotel. Nobody's coming here, you know, to, you know, like go to a business meeting or something. It's purely for guests going to this fantastic park. Another thing is, like I said, we booked the least expensive room. This is it. It's in very good shape. And they just reopened a couple days ago, I want to say, after this long break that we all had to take. So they might still be getting some kinks worked out. When we came in last night, we had the cold water was not working. So I went down to the front desk to let them know about that, thinking, okay, maybe they'll just move us to another room. And they called the handyman, and the handyman was here waiting in front of the room when I got back. So he got to the room faster than I did after I was at the front desk. So fantastic service. And yeah, I don't know what he did, but he got it worked out. There is a somewhat complicated to control thermostat on the wall. It took both Marcus and I a few tries to figure it out. And on the first night, it worked well, and we had some nice AC in here because it was pretty warm the first night. Yesterday, it was pretty cold outside, but it was still really warm in our room. And we both tried to get it running again last night before we went to bed, and we thought that it was on, but I woke up in the middle of the night, and you guys, it was so warm in this room. I was sweating and I couldn't sleep, and yeah, it stopped working. And you know, that's one of those things that, like, yeah, I could have called the front desk at 3 o'clock in the morning, but do you really want, you know, that stress? And then, yeah, and then, you know, we both have to wake up and turn on the lights and put on, you know, like clothes and wait for the technician to get here. So I just decided to skip it. And something I wanted to tell you, the hotel has pool and park view, and then the other side. If you have the other side, you are not going to be opening your windows at night because the Autobahn there, it's too loud. Yeah, I mean, you heard what it sounded like before. So if you are sensitive to like having a warm room or whatever and need fresh air, just something to think about, I guess. I wish that it had been a little bit cooler last night. I would have slept better, or that I could have opened the windows, but I tried to open the windows and it was just too loud. So that's my grumpy early morning review of this room. There are videos about our experience at this park, about visiting a theme park in masks during the period on the channel, either now or coming up soon. So if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. That helps me bump up in the YouTube algorithm. It helps this channel grow, and that makes me happy. If you're planning a trip to Phantasialand, write something in the comments, get in touch. Maybe I can answer your question. And we're going into the park now, and tomorrow we're going to be at another European theme park over in the Netherlands called Toverland. So if that interests you, see you next week.